Hi, this is Ralph of Rosa Pearly Stage, and I'm coming to you today with things to live by. And the topic for today is, do races stop existing? So, what is race? Race is a categorization based on outward appearance and genealogy, and it does not account for classes such as social, economic, or ethnic classes. And many races exist, and when they come together, it can and it has created new races. As the race category other that we see on the census report. But as a general natural law, races do not become extinct. Why do we say this? Well, written and documented history of civilization represents a period of about 7,000 years. And during that time, many civilizations have existed, like Asia, Africa, Egypt, and Italy, or Great Britain as well. We'll take Italy as an example. Not too many people actually have let it sink in that the Roman Empire that came before Great Britain or other civilizations, that Roman Empire was well organized and militarized, and it built many traveling roads. And that Roman Empire was actually an Italian civilization. So Rome, what it did is that as a great empire, it spread its wings to different regions. And one region is Northern Africa, and the other is a land that is now called Great Britain. And we'll use these two areas as examples. So what does that mean for the British and the Northern Africans? Well, there we, with time, came to be new races as we know them today. The British, that have European white features, and the Tunisian Africans with the physical features of the other category, which represent a lighter skin with straight or curly hair, and that is what the modern Tunisian looks like. So by the intermingling of races during the first century or the past millenniums, the new product of human life through biological and unrestricted interracial unions resulted in new races. But today, for example, as we talked about the Roman Empire, which was actually an Italian civilization, today the Italian race, or the European ethnicity of Italian, still exists and has not been wiped out by the intermingling of races that it did when it expanded as a Roman Empire. So that race has not been lost. So on a broader scale, blacks, whites, Asians, and by the way, Asians encompass a very diverse group of races of people, countries, and cultures. And also we'll talk about Africans. These races and peoples still exist. Intermingling has not wiped out their gene pool, which have been sustained. And these characteristics of these gene pools have been sustained. Same thing for the Native American Indian or indigenous peoples of other countries of South America and North America, and everywhere else in the world where there are indigenous peoples, and they are on every continent. And so their browning, blackening, whitening, and aging have been going on for centuries. And tragedies like the Holocaust of Jews and slavery of blacks seem like mere hiccups in the face of the biological process of natural intermingling of races. So we can be grateful that God's original purpose that was for the earth to be populated by mankind. And today, the earth has over 7 billion inhabitants. And so from the beginning, based on the fact that the human race has a biological organ of reproduction for male and female, and for that reason, it's clear that there were two, man and woman, that are at the origin of our worldwide family of human beings. So since that original couple's coming together, we've gained many races. And today, as with maybe 100 or 200 or 300 years ago, no race has been lost. No race has lost its representation. Still, the reddening, browning, and blackening, and the whitening, and the Asianing of races does not disappoint. And thankfully, because of the inner and complex process of attraction, not everyone will marry the same race. Or because of the role that genes play in attraction, some will marry the same race as themselves, or some will marry the race of their parent in their biracial family. And this explains why race is not lost. So, however, God has a plan for restoring the earth, which is very damaged right now, and we're all afraid of what global warming will do. So, He has a plan for uniting the human family, because unfortunately we are very divided, and it's not just by a border, but we are divided out of fear and misinformation. And one day we will all live on this earth, without disasters, but most of all in peace among the races. So then let the reddening, browning, the blackening, and the whitening, and the Asianing of the races continue. It was nice talking to you guys today, and thank you for joining.